Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Couch Coach. This evening we've got a great group of people looking all spiffy in their uniforms here. We have the Liesbeeck Primary Drilling Squad in studio with us today with their principal. So we have Jada, sorry. Kiara, Zara and Mr. Ghasant. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
How are you all doing?
Thank you.
Mr. Ghasant, Drilling Squad, what is this all about?
Well, if you look at those three girls there, they say it all. It's all about discipline, it's about working as a team. Basically, it's marching, like the army would do. So we're going off to P quite soon. That's on the 17th of August.
Awesome.
So we're leaving on, when are we leaving, girls?
The 15th.
The 15th, we're leaving on the 15th.
Okay.
So leading up to that, there's still a lot of preparation work that needs to be done. Loose ends that need to be tied down. After this, we're going to go buy the skins for the drums.
Okay.
So it's a team sport. It's catching like wildfire. We are one of two schools going up. The other school is Harvester Primary.
Okay.
So
that's also Mitchell's playing.
That's also Mitchell's playing. Yeah. So what we do is we competed in the SAPS competition in October. So you place either first or second, then you get to go up to the national competition, which is in Port Elizabeth every year.
But so sorry to cut you there. I believe you guys are doing this for what, 3-4 years?
Yes, we are doing it. We've been doing it for about 3 to 4 years. I checked with them earlier on. So we've been
to get there. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, look, obviously they've got to really practice quite often. So our practice sessions last or vary for about 3 to 4 hours on average. So after school they practice from 2 to 4, and then also on a Saturday from 1 to 5 o'clock. And so it takes a lot of sacrifice on their part, as well as the parents. But we are blessed in that I think we have a good energy on the whole at the school, which is very important. And also for them, they need to see that, you know, because it's all about them. It's not about
them.
us. Yeah.
So about them, Zara. Let's start by you. What do you enjoy most about drumming?
I love it when we work. We all work together as a team and support each other when we march.
You are new on the team, I believe.
Yes.
So how long have you been with the team?
Just for 4 weeks now.
Wow, and you're already going up to PE. Did you join just to go to PE? Or
No, I joined for the coordination of the children and the teamwork and how they work so well together.
Oh, that's amazing. What's one of the things that stands out for you?
The happiness between the squad and the discipline.
And the discipline. And it sounds like, I mean, listening to Mr. Ghasant, there's a lot of work involved here.
Yes.
And you enjoy it all.
Yes.
You're not worried. You don't want to run off to the PlayStations. So what sort of competitions is it that you take part in? I know you mentioned the SAPS competitions. Are there any sort of other events that you do?
Okay, so the two competitions is a SAP competition and then the national competition. But we also do volunteer work where we give back to the community.
Oh, that's amazing.
So we have a partnership or memorandum of agreement with International Women's Peace Forum. So whenever they have events, then we go and we do the opening of those kinds of events. So there was one now recently, the Peace March,
Yes.
Peace March, and last year as well. And they kind of have to see in the bus, so it's not just the drill squad that's going to the event. We also have our grandparents and our parents and our kids as small as 5 or 2. It's community based. So we've done that, and then also this year we opened up the Army's medal ceremony parade.
Nice.
I think that was 2 months ago, more or less. Yeah. So we've done that. So, but for them, it's not just about giving back. These kids really enjoy it because it's quite difficult. I mean, they make it look easy. So I mean,
I've seen some of your videos.
Yeah.
And I was actually at the school on Tuesday, and got to see some of what it is they do, and it takes such a lot of coordination. And I think one of the things, and I'd like to hear more from you guys here, is how you all work in sync. How do you achieve that? How do you get there?
We need to work together and understand each other and help each other when we make mistakes or anything.
Okay, so what you're getting out of this is the teamwork in terms of working with each other. If someone's struggling, how do you guys help them?
Push them to do harder.
Okay, gently.
Yes.
Or do you beat them into it? For people watching out there, drummies, and you don't really see a bunch of people marching along in sync, and I don't think people realize the amount of work that you put in. What would you say to them is the best part? I mean, you're only there for 4 weeks. What has the best part been for you so far?
Like being positive is the best policy, and self-belief is also the best policy that you can get in coordination with your team and your squad.
Okay, awesome. And for you?
The same.
I want to, and with your permission, just a bit of a tougher question here in that it's not, and there's a lot of perceptions. You take Mitchell's Plain and people think gangsterism and things like that. How does drumming help you with those sort of challenges?
Positive self-esteem.
Positive self-esteem, that's amazing. And from a principal's point of view, how are you finding that this has helped? I mean, it's 3 to 4 years that the school's been involved with drumming. The changes that you've seen in people.
First of all, we noted last year already that, the parents and the teachers involved with the drilling squad, they have the perception that marching is special. And I said to them, listen, it's not special. Because we don't have it at soccer, we don't have it at rugby, we don't have it at tennis. So why are you making this big thing? But in retrospect, it is a big thing, simply because the drilling squad has been the catalyst for the kind of change that has taken place at school.
Awesome.
Because for last year, it was the first time in the history of the school where non-teaching staff and parents went on a bus
Together.
to Port Elizabeth. And it was also a lovely example of the kind of energy that exists between people, because if you were in PE, then you wouldn't know I was the principal, you wouldn't know who was who, you wouldn't know at all, you wouldn't know. So the energy.
I'm sorry to catch you. I'd
Yeah.
like to pick this up again,
Okay.
but we just have some bills to pay.
Okay.
Please give us a moment. We'll be back with you shortly. We've got some bills to pay, and we'll catch up with these amazing young kids. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the Couch Coach, and in studio we have the Liesbeeck Primary Drilling Squad. Mr. Hassan, before I rudely interrupted you there before the break, you were telling us about PE, and it's the first event at the school where teachers and non-staff all travel together for an event. And you started chatting about how things changed for you guys.
Yeah, last year we went up to PE, we placed second in the SAPS competition.
Mm-hmm.
When we went up last year, I think I was the only teacher. The rest, they were all non-teaching staff members and parents. Never in the history of a school has a parent gone on a school excursion that far.
Wow.
We normally do the tour of the Southern Cape, but that was a landmark, it was a first. And you could actually feel that it set the tone for things to come. You know, and this year, I mean, we have more teachers on board, but the core group of let's say caregivers going with, or coaches, we talk about uniform, we talk about our drum major coach, is our non-teachers. And which shows you the kind of the level of commitment.
And these are all, the non-teachers are all from the community.
Look, we have parents, we have non-teaching people at school. So it's quite a good combination, and we got input from the SGB as well. So all the stakeholders are sort of represented, and I think that is the key thing. If you want change to positive changes or good energy, you need to involve everybody. So I think we're just lucky in that regard. Last year we realized that the drilling squad was going to be a catalyst for change. Never in the history of the school did we actually have non-parents or parents getting on a bus with teachers on an excursion for about 4 days. It was always teachers and the principal with learners. So I think that in the history of the school, that sort of changed things. And what we noted was the kind of commitment that parents and non-teaching staff had. It was simply amazing. We went down to PE, not expecting, well, I went down, I didn't expect any trophies. I didn't want that. I just wanted the learners to learn. Yeah, they needed to experience that. But you know, kids, I asked them, you know, what do you want? And they were honest, they said, we want to win trophies. And that is exactly what they did. But I think, you know, for things to work, or, well, it doesn't matter where it is, you need good energy between people. And the girls mentioned it early on, that kind of understanding, the unity, the discipline, the camaraderie. Even this year is better than before. We've noticed in terms of relationships. So the three of them, I called them into the office yesterday. I said to them, girls, I need you to do something for me in preparation for PE, but I want you to start doing it now. They understood the brief completely. So there's a kind of energy swirling around the school in terms of the PE trip, that, you know, everything is focused on that, and we need to get ready because 22 schools, the competition is tough. Yeah, it's really tough, yes.
So Mr. Gesant mentioned some of the changes. Zara, for you, what was the biggest change for you?
I feel like since I've been joining the drilling, I feel like I'm a different person to come from all the years before, and I feel I can do anything. Anything is possible.
Oh, that's so true. Anything is possible. And what did it do for your schoolwork?
My schoolwork actually rose up. I'm now first in class due to the discipline that I got from the drilling.
Excuse me.
So yeah, my grades went up, and I'm actually a better person now than I was last year. Because drilling helped me.
That's amazing.
She smiles a lot these days.
I see you were miserable before.
A lot. She's happier now.
And for you, what was the changes for you?
It made me a better person in communicating with my friends, and it made me happier.
Oh, that's amazing. And I think it also it comes down to the involvement of people and what it can do. I mean, we've heard many different stories on the show now from various things, and the success stories all centers around the community involvement. So for you girls, your last year at Liesbeeck Primary as students, you mentioned something about going back. I hope it's not to repeat grade 7.
No.
So what is this going back about?
Going back to join drilling.
To join
Because you just want to give back what they gave to us.
us.
That's amazing. That is so amazing. And Mr. Hassan, to you and your staff, I mean, to instill such values, it's amazing that they're gaining so much, but to want to give back. And that's kudos to you and your staff.
I think it is a fear in our cap, but I think also they've been molded since grade R. And then I think it's important, if you want to change the community, you know, do it in the school.
In the schools.
And I think I'm extremely proud of them, because we didn't rehearse this section at school. We spoke about a lot of stuff. So the fact that they are thinking along those lines, it means that, you know, it's not about maths and science and English and EMS and those kind of things. You need to produce good people. I said to them yesterday, I think you remember, you need to be kind. You know, those kind of values, we need to get back, that old school things, because, you know, life is life. It's fast, it's quick paced, and you don't have time to stop and think about the next guy out there. So they realize that, and Kiara will do the thanks later, and don't forget that thingy I just spoke about. So I'm not going to do her work for her, she knows that. So in terms of that, look, last week we were talking about blessings. We don't talk about that enough. We don't take enough time out to acknowledge and actually absorb that kind of energy. So last week we had a lot of blessings, and we took the time out and we acknowledged that. So it's important for them to understand, and I'm proud of them, because I can sit there and understand because nobody told him you need to come back. They asked already. They were telling me they asked already.
Can we?
Can
That's
we?
amazing. That's amazing. So we got about 2 minutes left on the show. And what I'd like to do is we're going to end off with you ladies. But Mr. Hassan, from you in a minute, I'm sure there's challenges that you face. You mentioned the financial constraints and that there is in the community and the school as well. If people want to get involved, how can they reach out to you? I know we can put up your banking details.
Oh,
if
please
people
do,
want to-
sir. Please do.
If people want to contribute towards the schools, but what sort of challenges are you facing?
Currently, we haven't paid for the bus yet. We need 30, so we're about, yesterday we were 8,000 rand short. Half of the accommodation needs to be paid. I'm not talking 5-star hotel, we're talking about YMCA, so that's decent, because we deserve decent. And also we want to eat hot cooked food. It's important because we must feed our kids, you know. So those are the kind of challenges that we're looking at. So if there's anyone out there, what is the movie that says show us the
Pay
money?
forward. No, show me the money.
Show us the money. Yeah.
Ladies, from your side, very quickly, your message to the viewers out there.
Be positive about yourself.
Awesome.
Never judge yourself. You can do anything you want if it's possible. You must just believe in yourself.
Amazing. Thank you.
And I just want to say thank you to Liesbeeck for Change for donating the shoes on the behalf of our drilling squad, and as well as Mr. Abrams for his help.
Awesome. For those who don't know, my co-coach, commentator, he's a teacher at the school. Him and the organization Liesbeeck for Change raised enough funds to supply the drumming squad, the entire squad, with a brand new pair of shoes to go and showcase their skills. Thank you so much for joining us. All the best, and please let us know how it went up in PE. And to those watching, banking details are up here. Please see how you can help them out. It's an amazing story that you guys have, and let's help them keep the good work going. Thank you so much. Segment 3, remember, we got that bald guy coming in, so please don't scowl the ref. Welcome back to the Couch Coach, and it suddenly got very chilly in here because the ice cool referee walked in. Welcome back, Mr. Wallace.
Thank you, Coach.
So, the scaling of the ref, has it gotten any better for you?
It has, funny enough. I think, they're watching, and I think education is key, as they say.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's helping, and the more we speak, the more it will get better.
Awesome. What have you got for us today?
Okay, today we're doing a small facet of the game, which is the mark. However, it might be small, but it is, it's an important facet because it happens so close to your own try line, within the 22. So, it's very small, as we said. It's basically just going to go run through it. It's the definition, what the mark comprises or what constitutes the mark, and then also how to restart after the mark.
Awesome.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the mark, basically, it's a means of stopping the play by the player within his own 22. In order to do that, he needs to directly catch the ball from an opponent's kick. So basically, he kicks it, I need to catch it, but that's...
Not the bounce.
We'll get to that in what it comprises of. So to claim a mark, what basically, what it constitutes a mark. To claim a mark, a player must have at least 1 foot on or behind his 22-meter line when he catches the ball, or when landing, having caught the ball in the air. So I jump up and I catch the ball. As I do that, I land on or behind my 22-meter line. That's the first one. The second one is he needs to catch it directly from the opponent's kick without the ball having touched the ground or any other player before it touches the ground. Okay, and then he needs to simultaneously, so all three basically needs to work together. The last one is he needs to simultaneously call mark. He needs to shout mark as an indication to the referee and to the other players around him that, this is my intention. So again, he just needs to make sure that he's on or 1 foot on or behind the 22 meter. He then also needs to make sure that it comes directly from an opponent's kick, and also, and then also shout mark. Okay, that is just a signal, to show, because obviously there's so many thousands of people on or around the field of play. So it's just a signal to indicate what his intentions are. You can call the mark even though it hits the upright, the goalpost or the crossbar. So as long as it catches directly, it hits there, it catches directly, same thing. What will then happen if the mark is called directly? The referee will blow his whistle and stop play immediately and award the catcher or the defending player the free kick. Okay. A mark, last one there, a mark may not be claimed from a kickoff or a restart after a score. He kicks a penalty. General play. Let's start with that. Yeah, and that's basically what constitutes a mark and the formalities around the mark. And then our last portion on the mark is how to restart. So the player who caught the ball, he needs to kick the ball, okay, in accordance with the free kick laws, which we'll get to later on in another segment. If for any reason that player is unable to take the free kick within 1 minute, a scrum is awarded to his team. Okay, so they get the put in, and then from there, the normal scrum laws apply. Okay, and then just the last quick one in terms of where it takes place. So it will be if it's within the 22. If it's within the 22, there where the mark is called, that is where the free kick will be taken, and as we said earlier on, that player will kick and then play continues. If, however, the mark, which it can be done, it can be called within his own in-goal area, behind the try line. It will basically, he will move 5 meters from the line. So basically, try line parallel. 5 lines for 5 meters from the try line, in line with where the mark took place. And that's basically it, and that's what it tells the mark.
That's that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ref. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Sure, definitely.
We will do free kick.
Free kick and penalty.
Awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was useful, and we'll catch you next week.